Happy December, besties! I'm Dana. To start off the holiday season, I'm bringing you this cutesy makeup look inspired by candy canes. Super sweet, right? Let's get into it. I'm starting off by prepping my eyes with my Makeup Forever HD stick. I'm applying it with a flat concealer brush and using the top of the brush to carve out the shape of my eyebrows. I'm setting it using the House Labs Bio Blurring Setting Powder. I blend with a denser brush to avoid streakiness and set with a fluffy brush to avoid packing on too much powder. Now I'm lightly filling in my eyebrows using this brow pencil from Refi. Don't forget to spoolie your eyebrows to avoid any harshness. Now diving into ColourPop's main squeeze palette, I'm using shade Like It's Hot on my crease. I'm using a fluffy brush to feather out my edges. We want this layer to be light. Now using a smaller blending brush, I'm using shade Home Slice to intensify our red. I'm packing on the color on the outer V part of my crease and using the brush we used for our first color to blend it out. This helps avoid any messiness while still ensuring that we get our red to pop. Now using my stick foundation with my flat concealer brush once more, I'm going to create a half cut crease. I'm using tapping motions to blend the edge towards the end, and I'm filling the lid with shade Galactic Glow from the Pat McGrath Celestial Odyssey palette and shade Heavenly Body on the inner corner. I'm using a small blending brush to bring back some red to add back some depth, and using a flat brush to sharpen the edge. Once I do that, I'm using our first blending brush to blur our edges more. When cutting my crease, I like to use my tear duct as a guide. I stamp my brush in that corner and start gliding across from there, using tapping motions to fill in the lid. For a candy cane eyeliner, I'm going to be using water-activated liners, along with some thin detail brushes. Starting with the white, I'm tracing the line we previously created when sharpening our eyeshadow. Then I'm bringing it inwards to create my wing. I'm aiming for a thicker wing to leave room for our stripes. Now using our red, I'm making stripes across our white. These don't have to be too perfect opacity-wise because we're going to be adding glitter to them anyways. When using these types of liners, it's all about water ratio. This is why I always test the consistency on the back of my hand before applying. If you use it while it's too watery, it'll cause unevenness and risk running. Once those dry, I'm applying glitter glue with a small brush and I'm setting it using the glitter. I'm doing one stripe at a time so the glitter glue doesn't lose its grip. Take your time with this part and use the smallest brush you have. Adding glitter is the perfect way to elevate any look, especially during the holiday season, and honestly, it's not that hard to do. Moving on from the eyes for a little bit, I'm going to start my base. Today I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. These cushion-like puffs blend the product so effortlessly and beautifully while keeping the coverage of the foundation. I'm using my Rare Beauty cream bronzer stick to add back some color to my face. And for blush, I'm using the Vanish blush stick from Hourglass in shade Adore. And I know I look crazy right now, but the under eye makeup will pull it together, I promise. I'm using my HD stick as a concealer to brighten. Adding this after our blush and bronzer will feather out the cream products. I'm using my House Labs powder to set everything. To re-intensify our blush, I'm using this powder blush from Lancome, mainly because it has super cute gold glitters and I thought it'd be a nice touch. Going back to the eyes, I'm applying a white gel eyeliner on my waterline. Then using our red shadow, I'm tracing the underneath to create the illusion of bigger eyes. I'm also adding back some of our shimmers in the inner corner. I'm adding gold highlighter to really bring out the glow in this look. For the lips, I wanted to do a classic red lip but with a candy gloss finish. I'm lining using Makeup Forever's lip liner in full red. For the middle, I'm using Urban Decay's liquid lipstick in shade Unbreakable, topping it off with this gloss from MAC in shade Boundless. And now all we need is mascara and lashes. And just like that, our Candy Cane Lane glam is complete. If you loved this look, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more creative makeup. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok for extra behind the scenes and beauty inspo. Thank you for watching, besties. I'll see you in the next one.